Hey Wolfpack, today is Friday, February 28th, 2020. I'm Josiah Duncombe.
And I'm Trey Hummer,
And this is your Wolfpack News.
Trey Hummer.
Josiah Duncombe.
Dominic Juvino.
Donovan Hudson.
My name is Caitlin LeClaire.
My name is Dominic, and today I have some news about Virgin Galactic. The Virgin Galactic is the first commercial space line. The news comes as Virgin Galactic's latest company results show a net loss of $73 million for the last quarter. On Wednesday, the California-based company said it would begin taking $1,000 refundable deposits as it prepares to release the next batch of tickets to the general public. Tickets for its flights retailed at $250,000 apiece. Those who have already purchased tickets include celebrities Justin Bieber and Leonardo DiCaprio. Sir Richard Branson has said he will be on the first trip. Virgin Galactic saw its losses widen in the 3 months to December, compared with a $46 million loss in the same period in 2018.
With some news that fast food fans are sure to love, I'm Trent Pullen. Wendy's fans eagerly anticipating the breakfast Baconator can get it sooner than expected. The company confirmed that several markets have started serving the new breakfast menu ahead of its U.S. launch date of March 2nd. In September 2019, Wendy's announced that it's entering the highly competitive breakfast battle because it's one of the few growing parts of the day for the fast food industry. The full menu consists of 9 sandwiches, including a morning edition of its famed Baconator. There are 3 new sandwiches served on croissants, biscuits, and classic buns with eggs and meat. It also debating a maple bacon chicken croissant and a honey butter chicken biscuit. It's also revealing a maple bacon chicken croissant and a honey butter chicken biscuit, along with the new side dishes including potato wedges and sausage gravy. There's a new blend of coffee and the iced frosty-chino. The Wolfpack News would also like to remind you to eat your vegetables.
Hey Wolfpack, my name is Naomi Hall. According to recent Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 100 children have died from the flu this 2019-2020 flu season. The majority of deaths were associated with influenza B virus. The others were associated with influenza A virus. Doctors highly recommend getting the flu shot this season. The vaccine has reduced doctors' visits by 55%. The flu season can last all the way until April. Flu concerns are outweighing coronavirus concerns. More Americans are worried about being infected with influenza than the coronavirus. Some flu symptoms include fever, chills, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, muscle or body aches, headaches, fatigue, also known as tiredness, and vomiting or weak stomach. If you're having these symptoms, I suggest going to the emergency room, as the flu can be life-threatening if untreated.
With some international news, I'm Josiah Duncombe. Before the president went to India on a diplomatic trip this week, there was a major incident involving over 188 people. More than 5 police officers died, over 16 soldiers were killed. The rest were citizens injured in a military measure to keep protesters from overcrowding a space during a protest. The protesters were fighting a new law called the Citizenship Amendment Act, or CCA, which fast-tracks citizenship efforts for non-Muslim minorities from select countries. Authorities used tear gas as protesters hurled stones, damaged property, and set numerous vehicles and gas pumps on fire for 2 days. The leader of India Narendra Modi was not backing down on the new law, and neither were the citizens. The protests ended by the time the President Trump visited on Monday morning.
Welcome to the Big Brain Challenge. Information guaranteed to blow your mind.
I am the smartest man alive!
Hey Wolfpack, my name is Naomi Hall, and here's your Big Brain Challenge question. What makes the Northern Lights? A. UFOs. B. Sunlight. C. Stars. D. Moonlight. The answer is B, sunlight. When charged particles from the sun strike atoms in Earth's atmosphere, they cause electrons in the atoms to move to a higher energy state. When the electrons drop back to a lower energy state, they release a photon light. This process creates a beautiful aurora called the Northern Lights.
With a story that gives zero tolerance policy a new meaning, I'm Michael Driver. This week, a 6-year-old Florida girl was arrested at her school. The arresting police officer responded to a report of a young girl kicking and punching staff members at her school, the Lucius and Emma Nixon Academy in Orlando. The officer put zip ties instead of handcuffs around the girl's wrist and ignored questions from the girl and school employees to ask why this was necessary. The child's grandmother says that the girl had a sleeping disorder, which is the cause of the child's behavior. The student was charged with battery, but the charges were not pursued due to the shocking nature of the arrest. After the incident, Officer Dennis Turner was even fired from his position.
Hey Wolfpack, I'm Donovan Hudson, and I'm bringing you this week's football news. So, we are having another slow week for football news, but one big story we have is the new NFL schedule, which makes the regular season 18 weeks long instead of 17. So there will be 17 games and one bye week for every team. Now the playoffs will be a 14-team bracket, 7 teams for each conference, giving the team with the best records from both conferences a first-round bye week. So now the second-seeded team will have to compete in the wildcard round, making it 3 games for each conference in the first round. We are starting to approach the NFL draft as we get closer and closer to April, so there should be a few things to expect, like Joe Burrow going first overall pick to the Bengals and Chase Young going second overall pick to the Redskins. You should also expect to see the Dolphins take Tua Tagovailoa with the 5th overall pick. It would be a shock to see any of those teams pass upon those players. Now let's get into some XFL news, starting with the former NFL and current QB of the Houston Roughnecks. PJ Walker, as he continues to dominate the XFL with 748 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, leading his team to a 3-0 record, making them the only team undefeated in the XFL. We still have a long season to go for the XFL, so we'll see if Walker can continue to dominate in the league.
We had a marvelous night.
Those were good days.
Hey Wolfpack, I'm Caitlin with today's joke of the day. Why do fish live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze.
That's it for today's broadcast, and remember, if it's news, it's at the Academy.